You have a star? I don't think you have a star. I don't remember you getting a star. It's technically not how this works. I mean, you kind of have to be given a star.
Darci Lynne has been through things that most people would never even think of. From the fame of America's Got Talent to having to change her job because she is popular and has a lot of skills. How can you change and grow when everyone else wants you to stay the same? In today's video, we'll show you how Darci Lynne breaks into new areas without changing who she is. The spark of ventriloquism. A typical Oklahoma kid, Darci Lynne Farmer, had a problem that wasn't like most people. She was shy. Her folks saw how hard it was for her. That was the kind of kid who would always try to avoid being the center of attention, even if it meant skipping things she liked. One thing she couldn't stay away from, though, was music. For Darci, singing was a lot of fun. Her family and friends encouraged her, but she couldn't get over her fear of acting in public. The goal of turning around is an event that seems typical for a church. That's where Darci saw ventriloquism for the first time, done by another young girl. Darci was interested in both how she could talk without lips and how the puppet seemed to be the star of the show instead of the artist. Something linked. A puppet could be the star of the show. That way she wouldn't have to feel so open. A girl who had trouble speaking up changed when she thought about having a partner on stage. She told her parents about her new interest, and they were all for it. It wasn't as simple as just picking up a puppet and going on stage, though. Darci didn't have any proper training in ventriloquism, so she had to figure it out on her own. She spent hours in front of a mirror working on her timing, lip control, and how her voice projects. It wasn't flashy. It was trial and error over and over again. She was determined, though, and her natural talent for imitating and singing helped. Petunia the bunny, her first doll, went from being just a prop to being her sense of self-worth. Darci wasn't as shy around Petunia as she used to be. The dummy kept her in her comfort zone and let her be funny, loud, and interesting. Her family and friends were shocked to see her perform. This was the same girl who had been afraid of public speech. The more she practiced, the better she got, and her stage anxiety started to go away. After seeing how excited and talented she was getting, her parents entered her in talent shows in the neighborhood. People in the crowd didn't know what to expect when Darci and Petunia walked on stage. But as soon as she started her show, which mixed singing and ventriloquism, the crowd was mesmerized. People were amazed when she sang high notes through her dummy without moving her lips. Not only were her acts technically great, but they were also very charming and funny. Darci became a real person on stage. With each show, she felt better about being herself. She didn't become less shy overnight, but she learned how to control herself. Ventriloquism gave her a way to express herself without having to be the center of attention all the time. The puppet was both her cover and her voice, and it made her feel better about herself. Still, it was more than just getting over being shy. Darci found out that she has a unique skill that sets her apart. Most ventriloquists do comedic acts, but Darci had a voice that could compete with that of a professional artist. Her unique act came from combining music and ventriloquism. By the time she started competing in bigger events, she wasn't just a girl with a doll. As she did well in her local area, she was given chances that took her further out of her comfort zone. She faced each new part of her life's journey head-on, always with Petunia by her side. It's hard to believe that the same girl who used to hate speaking in public could now captivate a room full of strangers. The shy Oklahoma girl who liked to sing but hated being in the spotlight had found her voice. It wasn't her own, but it was the voice she shared with her doll. It was no longer just a hobby. It was a way to show yourself, connect with others, and look good. Darci's transformation from a shy girl to a confident performer wasn't overnight, but as her skills with Petunia grew, she began to feel unstoppable. America's Got Talent. When Darci Lynne decided to try out for America's Got Talent, it wasn't just to show off her skills. It was also her first real chance to see if all the hard work she has put into her craft would pay off. A lot of Petunia's family helped her get ready. They coached her through hard parts of her routine and helped her improve herself. Planning meant getting every part just right, not just in practice. Not a single mistake could be made. Petunia's sharp comments and Darci's beautiful music had to go together naturally. But there were problems going on under all the planning. Even though she had trained a lot, Darci wondered how people would react to her ventriloquism on such a big stage. This isn't usually what gets people excited about talent shows, and there was always a chance that the judges would find it old-fashioned or corny. She knew it wouldn't be easy to get them to forget all the tired ventriloquist jokes they had seen. She had never been through anything as big as when she walked onto the stage. Her jitters were clear at first, but they changed right away when Petunia began to speak. Darci wasn't a shy young girl. She was a star who owned the stage. From the very first note, she broke the rules. It was the perfect mix of comedy, charm, and raw talent when Petunia said mean things and Darci sang well. The crowd was enthralled, and you could see the judges sitting there involved in something they hadn't seen coming. The golden buzzer then went off. Mel B was moved so much by Darci's performance that she rang the buzzer right away and went straight to the live events. The scene looked strange. With the cheers, the confetti, and the approval, it was the kind of recognition Darci had dreamed of but never thought she would actually experience. For her, this was the moment, not just an important event. It showed she had something unique that would make even the most skeptical people want to watch. The victory that changed everything. Even though Darci Lynne Farmer's work changed a lot after Season 12 of America's Got Talent, she had a bigger effect on the field of ventriloquism and inspired many others than just her success. In a field full of talented artists, her show stood out because it was new and had a unique mix of singing and ventriloquism. By mixing music and her puppetry skills, Darci set herself apart from most ventriloquists, who mostly did comedy. Her amazing act at the end of the season showed how well she had learned to sing and do ventriloquism. Darci's performance wasn't just about running a puppet. It was also about telling a story and connecting with the audience. She did all of this with such skill that many experienced artists would be jealous. The judges and the crowd both admired her for being able to hit high notes while talking through her puppet. The judges, especially Mel B, who gave her the golden buzzer during the interviews, were blown away by Darci's fresh and new performance. It made her think again about what ventriloquism could mean in the entertainment business, not just acting. Not only did Darci's win impress everyone with her comedic timing or singing skills, but also with how she used an old art form in a new way. At first, ventriloquism was seen as a specialty and a funny act. It was sometimes only performed on kids' TV shows or in comedy clubs. Darci changed that view, though, by mixing her love of music with her interest in puppetry. Petunia, her first doll, let her show who she was and entertained people in a way that few others had been able to. With her young looks, musical acts, and amazing ventriloquist skills, she was without a doubt a celebrity. How people saw ventriloquism changed because of Darci. This was one of his most important contributions to the art form. She basically brought a dead craft back to life by making it interesting and useful for younger people. Her win on America's Got Talent paved the way for other people who want to be ventriloquists, especially those who love music. She became a role model for anyone who wanted to combine modern performance with traditional art forms. She encouraged young artists to be proud of their unique skills and follow them with confidence. But what happened next proved Darci's position in the entertainment world, not just her win. Winning America's Got Talent gave Darci a lot of opportunities that blew up her business. She won a big $1 million prize. The award money changed everything, but it also gave her the money to follow her artistic dreams without having to worry about the money problems that most young artists face. She couldn't have invested in her work, taken on bigger projects, or looked into new opportunities without the money that came from her victory. The possibility of her living in Las Vegas got the most coverage because it gave Darci the chance to perform often in one of the world's entertainment hubs. The engagement was like a dream come true. In Las Vegas, there is a lot of competition, so having a residency shows how talented and beautiful she is. This residency gave Darci a chance to play live in front of crowds of people who were really looking forward to it, which made her show better. It also showed how well she could keep her show interesting by mixing humor, music, and ventriloquism into a one-of-a-kind experience for her audience. Las Vegas has been known as a place for entertainment for a long time. When Darci moved there, she proved she was a growing star with a future in the business. The house and prize money were huge, but they also gave Darci the chance to try new things in the entertainment business. She became famous after her appearance on America's Got Talent. Soon after, she started appearing in interviews and talk shows to share her message of following your dreams and pushing yourself to the limit. As a young woman artist, Darci was a new face in the entertainment business. People of all ages were interested in her story, but young girls saw her as an inspiration. Many people were inspired by how she overcame her shyness and did well in a competitive area dominated by adults. Darci's career has been shaped by her work in music as well as her work as a ventriloquist. Her home in Las Vegas gave her a chance to show off her singing skills without being limited by her puppet shows. She started making her own music, writing songs, and even putting out singles that got attention from people who weren't her regular fans. She brought something new to performance art, which helped her blend her love of singing and ventriloquism in ways that would still surprise and please her growing fan base. When you look at it all, Darci's win on America's Got Talent wasn't just a personal one, it was also a turning point for ventriloquism and for young artists in general. By combining her skills and bringing ventriloquism into the 21st century, Darci showed that with a little creativity and a lot of energy, even the oldest art forms can be brought back to life and made relevant to a new generation. She became a role model for ventriloquists and anyone else who was brave enough to follow their dreams and show what success in the entertainment business really means. Life after AGT, growing beyond the puppet stage. Darci Lynne wasn't going to rest easy after winning America's Got Talent. One of the first things she did was look into music outside of puppet shows because she knew that her success could help her start a job as an artist in other areas. Even though she started out doing ventriloquism, it was clear that she had a great voice on its own. This led to her first music videos for songs like Push Our Luck, a great catchy pop song that showed how much she had grown as a performer. This wasn't just a side project. It was her message that she wanted to work in the music business. Her fans liked the song's fast beat and meaningful words, which showed that she was talented in more ways than just puppetry. Because she likes singing, she has had the chance to work with well-known people in the business. Darci had the chance to learn, grow, and explore more than one field. These weren't just casual relationships. Her artistic skills grew with each job, and she was pushed beyond her AGT reputation. Her focus on music showed how flexible she was, and her ventriloquism kept people interested. She didn't want to stay in one lane. She wanted to show everyone that she could sing more than one note. Darci tried his hand at acting as well as singing. She made her acting start in the moving drama A Cowgirl's Song where she played the lead role and showed off a different side of her talent. Even though performing required different skills, Darci worked hard at it just like she did on the AGT stage. Her act wasn't just a cameo or something fun to do. It was a serious one that showed she could hold her own in a different medium. The movie gave her a chance to step out of her comfort zone and connect with people in new ways. This change was pretty amazing because of her ability to keep everything in balance. Darci was able to concentrate and focus very well while working on movie sets, putting on live ventriloquism shows, and going on musical trips. It was clear that she was determined to make a career that would last. The goal of every project was not only to stay in the spotlight, but also to push herself and grow as an artist. That she did what she did because she worked hard and wanted to, not because of luck. People who like Darci are interested in how she can change while still remembering her roots. She keeps mixing ventriloquism with singing and acting in a way that looks real to show that she is good at more than one style or genre. Her road after AGT shows how ambitious and determined she is, which proves that she will stay. As Darci steps into new areas of her career, she faces the challenges of fame and personal growth, all while maintaining a normal teenage experience. The real Darci Lynne as a teen. For Darci Lynne, fame came at a time when other kids are still figuring out who they are. It hasn't been easy to find a balance between the happy, sure-of-yourself picture that people like and the real life of a teenager. Darci is a powerhouse on stage. She's bold, funny, and interesting. Offstage, though, she's just a normal teen dealing with friends, high school, and the occasional embarrassing event. The difference between her public and private life is something she has handled with an amazingly high level of maturity. These days, she mostly uses social media to bring people together. On sites like Instagram and TikTok, her fans can see both parts of her life. On TikTok, she has shared everything from funny and important videos for teens to behind-the-scenes videos of her concerts. It's clear that she doesn't take herself too seriously when she shows off her dancing skills, makes fun of school problems, or talks about her pets. People who watch her on Instagram can see that she is more than just a performer because it shows both professional and personal high points. Fans like how honest she is. She'll write about a red carpet event just as much as she'll write about hanging out with friends or doing her math homework. Darci has been careful to do what she can, even though she spends a lot of time online. For someone so young, fame can be hard, and she talked openly about how important it was to make time for herself. Her family has helped her stay grounded. At every turn in her journey, they have been there for her, giving her support and helping her stay focused on what's important. Darci often thanks her parents and siblings for keeping her grounded in her past and reminding her that life is more than just being in the spotlight. Her friends are also very important to this balance. Many of them have known her since before she was an AGT, but they treat her like any other teen. Making friends with these people makes her feel normal, whether it's for a movie night, group study, or just for fun. This mix of fame and everyday life makes Darci so interesting to her fans. She is a star, but she has never let that change who she is at her core. A hardworking, chill, fun-loving young woman. Challenges and triumphs. Ever since she won America's Got Talent, Darci Lynne has had a lot of success. But that success has also brought her a lot of problems that have put her personally and professionally to the test. She is well known for being able to entertain and act, but her road has not been easy. Staying true to herself while growing as a worker has been one of the hardest things for her. It was her amazing ventriloquism skills that got her first big break. A lot of people called her just a ventriloquist. As she grew up and wanted to do more than just puppet shows and ventriloquism, this name made her feel bad. She had to prove that she could change in more ways than one. She began to think about singing and music. It would have been simple for her to stay with one group when she felt like she had to. Darci, on the other hand, did everything she could to stop that. She wanted the people who saw her to show that she was more than just the known person. It was hard to try to change when you were so young and your public image was changing all the time. It was also hard to try to grow as an artist. He didn't give up, even though things were tough. She talked about her love of acting and her goals in singing on stage, which made her fans want to support her as she got better. Darci had to deal with more than just putting in old labels, though. She also had to deal with the stress of being in the spotlight. When you're young, having too much fame can be bad for your mental health. Her success was a dream come true, but it also made her worry about things that most kids never have to think about. She has been honest about how hard it is for her to handle work and home life at the same time. She had to be careful on social media so she didn't show her friends only happy times and make herself feel like she always had to act and wow. For many, the stress of having to be perfect is too much to handle. Darci was no exception. But because of these problems, Darci has grown as a person and as a thinker. She learned how to deal with her feelings in a healthy way as she grew up. She knew how important it was to have strong friends and family. And she often says that they kept her calm when fame went up and down. It's been really helpful for her to keep her mind on her goals and know that there will be problems along the way. In order to get to know her fans better, Darci began to talk about her own life. The fact that she talked about her flaws showed her fans that she had real problems, just like everyone else. A lot of her fans liked how she could be popular and grow up at the same time. She could only do this because she told them the truth. People have asked her how being popular has helped her put herself first. She said she didn't know how important that was at the start of her career. She has also grown as a person, which has made it easier for her to accept new chances and adjust to new situations. Darci worked hard to keep going even when things were tough at home and at work as she grew as an artist. It's hard for her to keep her mental health in check and work toward her goals because of how busy her public life is. Darci has done well at her job because she can learn and grow without changing who she is. Ventriloquism is still a big part of her creative nature, but she has tried not to let it define who she is. For her singing and acting jobs to grow, she made room. This shows that she is more than just a puppet master. Many people look up to Darci because she has been able to do different parts of her job while staying true to herself. You don't have to lose who you are when you grow and change. Because she is more driven and her feelings have grown, Darci Lynne is a better person all around. A lot of people are moved by how open she is about the stresses in her life and how she has dealt with them. Darci has learned how to use the pressures of fame to help her grow as a person and in her career. There is no way she lets the pressures of art and feeling define her. Instead, she is always looking for new ways to push herself. As she keeps looking for new chances, being able to deal with new things and stay true to herself will be very important to her success. What's next for Darci Lynne? The next step in Darci Lynne's job looks just as exciting as the present one. Her resume is already very good, but she is trying new things to show that she is a versatile talent. Some of her goals are to leave a permanent impression, get better at her art, and make a difference in the community. This means that she will be important and encouraging for a long time to come. Darci cares a lot about the sound she makes. She first used ventriloquism to show how good she was at singing. She is now going into singing by herself. It's clear from her songs, like the happy Push Our Luck, that she can connect with people in more than one way. Because she wants to make music that people of all ages will enjoy, she is writing new songs about her own life. This is important because it proves Darci is more than just a singer with a unique voice. It also shows that she is a real artist. Fans are also looking forward to more live shows. Darci is known for putting on exciting shows with music, comedy, and stories. She has always done most of her work while traveling. She should bring better puppets and more up-to-date images on her next trips so that the show is better. Darci loves being able to talk to the fans, which is another thing that these shows do besides being fun. They say she's using her skills abroad and showing off her unique style to people who follow her online from all over the world. She's grown in other interesting ways, like being in movies and on TV. Darci's performance in a Cowgirls song got good reviews. It also showed how adaptable she is, which led to more job chances in this field. It is said that she has looked into parts that combine her comedic timing with more serious ones. This makes her seem like a more versatile performer. Some people in the business also think she might be thinking about starting her own show, maybe one that's good for families and lets her use her skills in fresh ways. She could use her skills with dolls, acting, and music to make a story that makes sense. When she's not in the center, Darci works hard to show young people the right way to live. She has used her fame to support young people to be proud of their skills and follow their dreams, even if they seem crazy. In workshops, social media guides, and as a guest speaker at schools, she is always teaching up-and-coming artists. People also feel like they know her when she talks about the problems she's had. Because of this, she is a good example of how to be strong and honest. She works hard to bring back ventriloquism, which has helped her business grow a lot. She brought the art form up to date to show that it can change and still be useful in the fun world we live in now. By putting current music and comedy with ventriloquism, she wants other artists to see it as a flexible art form and not just a niche show. More and more people are seeing ventriloquism on talent shows and on social media, which shows how much of an impact she had on the field. Darci wants to stay grounded more than anything else, even though her work has brought her a lot of success. She still cares a lot about her family. They help her deal with the tough parts of being popular and watch out for her healthy habits. To keep her mind and emotions healthy, Darci does things like hang out with family and friends and do fun things when she's not acting. From now on, Darci's job path looks like it was well thought out. She is constantly learning new things because she doesn't want to depend on how famous she is right now. She wants the things she gives to the entertainment world to last, whether they are new songs, creative shows, or important community service. What makes Darci Lynne ready for the next part of her life is her drive, imagination, and willingness to change. She is also making it her own. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. Click on the next video popping up on your screen. We promise you'll love it.